What does it take to build a nation completely centered around one man? A country where history, ideology, and even time itself revolve around a single leader. Today, we're diving into the life of one of the most controversial and powerful figures of the 20th century, Kim Il-sung, the founder of North Korea. Loved by his followers, feared by his critics, mythologized in his homeland, this is the story of how a guerrilla fighter became the eternal president of one of the most secretive nations on Earth. Kim Il-sung was born on April 15, 1912, in a small village called Mangyongdae, near Pyongyang, in what was then Japanese-occupied Korea. At the time, Korea wasn't free. In 1910, Japan had annexed the Korea Peninsula, and Korean culture, language, and identity were under intense suppression. Growing up under occupation shaped young Kim deeply. According to North Korean accounts, even as a child, he was destined for greatness, leading classmates in protests and dreaming of liberation. Historians outside North Korea paint a more modest picture. They describe a young man who became involved in anti-Japanese resistance movements while living in Manchuria in northeastern China. But one thing is clear, the fight against Japan would define his early life. In 1930s, Kim joined communist guerrilla groups fighting Japanese forces in Manchuria. He wasn't alone. Across Asia, resistance movements were forming. Communism was spreading. Empires were shaking. Kim rose through the ranks and eventually became a guerrilla commander. But Japan's military power was overwhelming. By the early 1940s, many resistance fighters, including Kim, fled to the Soviet Union. There, he reportedly trained with the Soviet Red Army. And this is where destiny took a sharp turn, because in 1945, World War II ended, Japan surrendered, and Korea was suddenly divided. After Japan's defeat, Korea was split along the 38th parallel. The North was occupied by Soviet forces, the South by American forces, two ideologies, two systems, one peninsula. With Soviet backing, Kim Il-sung emerged as the leader of the North. In 1948, the Democratic People's Republic of North Korea was officially established, and Kim Il-sung became its premier. But he didn't just want half of Korea, he wanted all of it. In June 1950, North Korean forces crossed the 38th parallel, invading South Korea. The Korean War had begun. Kim believed he could reunify the peninsula under communist rule quickly. At first, North Korean forces advanced rapidly, but then the United Nations, led by the United States, intervened. The war seesawed back and forth for 3 brutal years. Millions of civilians died, cities were flattened, families were permanently divided. In 1953, an armistice was signed, not a peace treaty. Technically, the war never ended, and the Korean peninsula remains divided to this day. After the war, Kim Il-sung focused on rebuilding. He nationalized industries, reconstructed cities, expanded education and healthcare. But alongside reconstruction, something else was rising: a powerful personality cult. Kim introduced the ideology of Juche, often translated as self-reliance. According to Juche, North Korea would depend on no one. Not the Soviet, not the Chinese. In practice, however, North Korea still relied heavily on foreign aid. Meanwhile, Kim systematically eliminated political rivals. By the 1960s, he was no longer just a leader. He was portrayed as a heroic, almost mythical father figure. His image filled classrooms. His statues towered over cities. His story became national legend. Unlike most communist states, Kim Il-sung prepared something unusual: a family dynasty. In the 1970s and 80s, he gradually positioned his son, Kim Jong-il, as his successor. This was unprecedented in a communist ideology, which supposedly rejected hereditary rule. But in North Korea, loyalty to the leader became almost scared. The government controlled information tightly. Dissent was harshly punished, and the Kim family's grip on power solidified.
On July 8, 1994, Kim Il-sung died of a heart attack. He had ruled North Korea for nearly half a century. The nation entered massive mourning. But here's where history takes a remarkable twist. Kim Il-sung was declared the eternal leader of North Korea. His body was preserved and placed in a mausoleum in Pyongyang, and power passed to his son, then later to his grandson. 3 generations, one family, still ruling.
Kim Il-sung's legacy depends entirely on who you ask. Inside North Korea, he is revered as the heroic liberator and father of the nation. Outside, he is often remembered as the architect of a rigid authoritarian state that isolated itself from much of the world. What cannot be denied is this: he shaped the destiny of millions. He created a system that outlived the Cold War, and he built one of the most enduring political dynasties in modern history. The Korean peninsula today still reflects the choices he made decades ago. And the story of Kim Il-sung is not just a story about one man. It's a story about ideology, power, war, and the lasting consequences of leadership. If you found this deep dive fascinating, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more untold historical stories, and let me know in the comment, which historical figure should we explore next? Because history isn't just the past, it explains the present.